Okay, let's just jump right in. In the next few minutes, we're going to challenge pretty much everything you think you know about real learning, especially, in this world of endless digital distractions. We're going to explore a method that just cuts right through all that noise.
So I'm going to start with a pretty bold statement, one that might sound completely backwards at first, and it's this: reading a textbook is easy. Actually. Now, I know how that sounds, but stick with me here. I'm going to explain not only why that's true, but how it's the absolute key to mastering any subject you want.
For years, we've all been trained to see textbooks as these dense, difficult, and let's be honest, kind of boring obstacles. But what if I told you they're actually the most direct, the most efficient, and the most powerful learning tool ever created? The trick isn't about reading them from cover to cover. It's about knowing how to unlock their power.
So, here's the crucial point. Textbooks are what you might call an S-tier resource. If you're into gaming, you know that means the absolute highest rank, the best of the best. And why? Well, because they are expertly structured, they're edited, they're fact-checked collections of knowledge. They are a guided path put together by experts, and they're designed for one single purpose: deep understanding.
Now let's compare that to where most of us go to learn things now. You get stuck on a concept, what do? You search YouTube. You find a 10-minute video, but you have to sit through 2 ads, listen to the creator ask you to smash that like button, and by the end, you've only gotten this really shallow, surface-level explanation. This is what we call slop.
And I mean, the difference is just night and day. On one side, you've got the structured, logical path of a textbook that leads you to real understanding. On the other, you've got the algorithm-driven chaos of online content. Textbooks are literally distraction-free by design, while online platforms are built from the ground up to pull your attention away. But the biggest difference? It's content density. A single textbook chapter has more pure, vetted information than hours and hours of video slop. It's not even close.
Okay, you're probably thinking, textbooks are great, but man, they're expensive and hard to find, and you're not wrong. That brings us to our first practical technique for finding the exact S-tier resources you need. Let's just say it involves some clever searching.
So here's how it works. It's really simple. First, you find the syllabus for a university course on your topic. A lot of them are just posted publicly online. That syllabus is a goldmine. It will list the exact textbook the pros use. Then, you just use that information, the title, the author, the edition, to search online for a digital copy. You would be really surprised what you can find out there.
All right, so now you've got the S-tier resource. This is where we get to the core of the method. This is the part that is going to completely transform how you learn. We're going to create a high-stakes environment. Think of it like a practice final exam, to force your brain to actually retain information, not just passively scan it.
So here's the process. And I'm warning you, it's going to feel completely wrong. Do not read the chapter. I'll say it again, do not read the chapter first. You go straight to the practice questions at the end of the chapter. Pick one. Then, you try to solve it cold, using only what you already know. You have to struggle with it. You'll probably even get it wrong. It's only after you've genuinely tried and failed that you go back into the chapter to hunt for the solution.
This feels totally backward, right? I mean, our entire education system taught us to read first, then answer the questions. But that old way is just not that efficient. There's a really powerful cognitive reason why this high-stakes simulation method is so effective.
It's all about something called forced recall. See, when you just passively read, your brain is just recognizing information. It feels easy because it is. But when you force yourself to solve a problem before you know the answer, you're actively trying to retrieve that information from your memory. That struggle is what builds strong neural pathways. It's the difference between seeing a path on a map and actually carving that path into the mountainside yourself.
So you see, this is way more than just a study hack. It's a fundamental shift in how you approach learning. It's about being an active participant, building your own knowledge, using the best tools available in the most effective way possible.
All right, let's just recap the whole strategy really quick. First, prioritize those S-tier textbooks over the algorithm-fed slop. Second, use some smart searching to get your hands on those resources. Third, and this is the most critical step, go straight to the practice questions. Don't read first. And finally, you have to embrace the struggle, because forcing your brain to recall information is where the real, lasting learning actually happens.
Ultimately, every single piece of information you could ever want to learn is already out there. It's organized, it's structured, and it's waiting for you in these S-tier resources. This method gives you the key to unlock it all. So the only question that's left is,
Are you willing to do the work?